What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 1 projected ownership.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to give you a player from each position that's expected to have high ownership here in Week 1. And if you stay to the very end after all my picks and after I show you the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll give you my super secret sleeper pick that no one's talking about. Okay guys, this is for the main slate on Sunday. So a high ownership play for the quarterback position. I like Carson Wentz from the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Washington Redskins, who had a middle-of-the-pack defense overall last year, and they gave up the 13th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Carson Wentz is expected to get right around 11% ownership, so he's going to be one of the top owned quarterbacks, and for good reason. He scored 20.2 fantasy points per game last year, and he had 3.1 rushes per game. He's projected at 20 fantasy points here in Week 1. He's only $5,700 DraftKings salary, and he's $1,900 more on FanDuel. This is a home game for Carson Wentz against what should be a weak Washington Redskins team. So I like Carson Wentz here versus the Washington Redskins.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at a high ownership play at the running back position. I like Austin Ekeler from the LA Chargers playing the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts had a pretty good defense last year, but Austin Ekeler is going to get the work because there's no Melvin Gordon here in Week 1. Austin Ekeler is projected at right around 24% ownership this week. And last year he averaged 12.1 fantasy points per game off of only 7.6 rushes per game and 3.8 targets per game. So that's pretty good production in a limited role, and he's only $5,500 DraftKings salary and only $900 more on FanDuel. So that's a great price on both sites, projected at 15.9 fantasy points here in Week 1. This is a home game for Austin Ekeler, so I like Austin Ekeler here versus the Indianapolis Colts. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, MLB is still going, NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at a high ownership play at the wide receiver position. I like Tyler Boyd from the Cincinnati Bengals playing the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks had a middle-of-the-pack defense overall last year, and they gave up the 13th most fantasy points to the wide receiver position. Tyler Boyd is projected right around 17% ownership. He's going to be the number 1 man without AJ Green on the field, and he scored 16.4 fantasy points per game last year off of 7.7 targets per game. He's projected at 15 fantasy points here in Week 1, and he's $5,800 DraftKings salary and $1,100 more on FanDuel. So I like Tyler Boyd here versus the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, let's take a look at a high ownership play at the tight end position. I like Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars had a pretty good defense overall last year, but they were only middle of the pack defending opposing tight ends. Travis Kelce should have right around 15% ownership here in Week 1, and that's because he scored 19.4 fantasy points per game last year off of 9.4 targets per game. You're going to have to pay up for Travis Kelce. He's projected to get 16.2 fantasy points here in Week 1, and it's going to cost you $7,100 DraftKings salary and $700 more on FanDuel. So that's a hefty price to pay, but he does have the best chance to be the highest scoring tight end on the slate. So I like Travis Kelce here versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
You've unlocked the bonus content. Okay guys, my super secret sleeper pick for Week 1 is Jarvis Landry from the Cleveland Browns playing the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans had a pretty good defense last year, but they gave up the 12th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Jarvis Landry scored 14.4 fantasy points per game last year off of 9.3 targets per game. He's projected to get 12.2 fantasy points in Week 1, and he's only $5,600 DraftKings salary and $700 more on FanDuel. So I like Jarvis Landry as a low ownership wide receiver play here versus the Tennessee Titans. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.